Hey, this is Sean Moran from the Saving Your Future channel here, and it's based on my book, Saving Your Future, which I wrote in 2013. And wanted to take a few minutes to just do a live stream here, and something I'm just trying to build up, and hopefully we'll get more people joining and be able to add value here. So, hopefully people will join and we can answer your personal finance questions. As I mentioned, this channel is based off my book, Saving Your Future. And this book I wrote in 2013 covers all kinds of step-by-step information to get you to your ultimate financial goal, which would be financial security and retirement. So it talks about everything from saving for a car, saving for a home, saving for retirement, which is really important. Important it is to do that early, and kind of everything in between there. So one of the keys that I talked earlier today about my podcast, you can check out my podcast as well. It's on iTunes, on Android, hosts on Libsyn, so it's in a number of different areas. And most of my podcast episodes as well, I'll put on YouTube as a audio video, right? So just wanted to take a few minutes and just share a little bit about what I was talking about on my podcast earlier this evening. And that is essentially, what would you do if you were in a situation where friends had mentioned to me that, just in conversation, we were talking about a year ago, and it might have been 2 years ago now, time flies so fast, but he ended up in a situation where something serious happened to him, just a medical issue. And he was out of work for about 3 months. He was in a hospital for about a week and a half and out of work for about 3 months. And during that time, he went through all of his savings and nothing left when he was done. Going back to work, fortunately, he lives in a state that provides disability coverage, but it took until 3 months back, 3 months of being out, before he was actually able to secure his first check. So he said, in that time, he actually went back to work before he received any disability payments. And even with that, disability only covers about 60%, roughly 60% of what you make, maybe even less, depending on how high of an earner you are. So what can you do to really protect yourself in the event that something catastrophic happens? None of us plan that. What if it was worse? I mean, he went through all his savings, but then over time, after a year went by, he was able to replenish that. So it was important that he had those those savings, that emergency fund. And I talk about emergency funds as well and how important it is to have one of those. Call it rainy day fund, emergency fund. Should try to get to about 6 months worth of income to offset in case an emergency happens. What do you do? But what if it was even worse? What if he was out permanently? What if he could never go back to work? Then what? How would you fund your financial plan that you have? Oh, I'm going to put this amount away per week, month, a year. What happens when your plan is just completely derailed like that? Well, the solution is to really get a disability disability insurance policy. It's so important that we have that. Look into it if your company might have it. Many companies out there will provide you with the opportunity to get coverage, maybe, one time an annual salary or percentage, but consider getting that long-term disability insurance, where if something happens and maybe you can never work again, God forbid, you'll have that coverage. You'll be able to support your family. You'll be able to take care of your bills. You'll be able to continue to fund the things that you plan on funding going into the future, pay your mortgage, whatever it might be. You won't have financial ruin because you're planning ahead. Is this something that's helpful to you? If you learned something, give a thumbs up to this video. We'd greatly appreciate it. And I definitely want to get more interaction on this channel. I would love the opportunity to hear from you guys, answer your questions, and be able to provide great value. So definitely subscribe to this channel so you can learn more, hear more, ask questions. If you put questions in the comments below, I definitely will answer them. Likely I'll even do an episode based on your question. So thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one.